this philosophy, right? And it's pissed me right off. I mean, we're not going to figure it out, this is part of me. We've been trying for so long, and all it does is confuse us. Hegel thinks that the spirit is working its goodness out here. But then Marx comes along, and he's all like, dude, there is no guidance from above. It's us we're dealing with. It's us who's got to figure it out. Then he forgets that there's so much at play. There is the spirit to history and the ideas that have shaped us. They live in us. They form the dialogues we have in our heads, the thoughts we think, and our analysis is based on what has shaped us. So it's all getting very confusing because it's these ideas that have created this reality, this society that contains us and orders us. But at the same time, it's created all this waste, these people, pain, left behind, suffering for those not in favor. So we have this critique of the system that is so strong, so hard, that suddenly the system doesn't seem to make sense anymore. Your prescriptions are fucked because you're an educated jerk trying to feed the masses who don't want your idea of a sustainable community. They just want chicken on their plate so they can feed for supper. They need equal access to work that doesn't suck, so fuck. We need the powers in place to keep rolling because you fuckers that want to frame me don't know anything about me outside your generalizations. And it's fucks that you think confess to know. So let's not do anything. Let's just let the whole thing go to shit. Shitty and there's nowhere to go. Tried to make it more real. So where are you going? Norma. Well, school, but don't worry, I got it under control, okay?
You have your lunch?
Yes, Norma, I have my lunch. You have your pills.
What's that?
Nothing. Look, it's gonna be a very busy day, so I've really just gotta get going, okay?
Okay, honey. I'll make a nice supper. Something especially fortifying. You're running around all the time. Busy.
Wonderful. Thanks, Mom. That's very kind of you. But I got to get going, so I'll see you later.
Here, what did you pack? Are you sure you don't need some extra protein? A boiled egg? I can chop up some celery, make a nice egg salad. What time do you think you'll be home?
Got rice and a lentil, and that makes the full protein, so I've got it. And I've got to go. I don't know what time I'll be home. I have a meeting.
What kind of meeting? What do you mean you don't know what time you'll be home? You've got to know. What time do your classes end? What appointments do you have, Kara?
Look, a million things could come up. I'm working on a campaign, and I might have... How do you do this, Mom? I'm trying to leave, okay? I'm sorry. I can't answer all your questions, okay? Are you trying to sabotage me? You expect A grades, and then you hold me here. Just let me get to school, okay?
Kara, who is miserable? It's not an outrageous request, wanting to know what time you think you might be home. Especially if you want me to make you supper.
Mom, I don't care if you make me supper. You can flake out here all day. I don't care. Look, I have a campaign to run. I have shit to do, and I'm leaving now.
Where did you get all this anger?
Bye!
Good morning, class. Today, we will be reviewing the information that we've covered throughout the course. As I was saying, today we will be reviewing the information that we went through in the course throughout the year in preparation for the final exam next week. We began with the science of climate change, click, and noted its various causes. I will expect you to be familiar with, click, the historical climate eras, click, albedo, click, Milankovitch cycles, such as solar tilt, and click, the atmospheric and oceanic streams that affect climate. One should also be able to explain how our current modeling systems were developed. Please place particular emphasis on how we use ice cores and pollen to track historical changes. Click! We then moved on to the social determinants of accelerated climate change that we are currently experiencing. Here, you will have to define the Malthusian position on population growth and the concept of exponential growth, as well as, click, tell us how to calculate one's ecological footprint and who came up with this concept. Click, who here remembers how many Earths it would take to sustain the world at a North American level of consumption? Click, we then mixed the social and the science and looked at some of the effects, such as, click, adaptation and migration. Click, food security. Click, we then took a look at the weather patterns that are currently forming of an accelerated climate change that we are currently experiencing and looked at those impacts, such as, click, flooding, click, extreme increased weather activity, and do not forget the unanticipated and unpredicted speed of Arctic melt. Click! So, what are the human-induced causes of global climate change?
Anthropocentrism, population rise, and consumption.
Excellent! And now, the big question. What are we going to do about this? Kara, how are we going to get out of this? Kara, I've been looking over this paper, and it's a little bit confusing to me. It doesn't make much sense. You can't just hand in a draft and expect me to mark it.
Professor Harkness, I just can't finish this paper. There's no way I can get it done.
Well, that's a little strong, isn't it?
But the problems are too large. It's impossible to solve. There's no way we're going to figure this out. It's too fast.
Well, my dear, you picked the topic. If the subject is too wide, you need to narrow in onto something more manageable.
But there's not going to be any good that comes from managing these problems. You can't just manage them. We need to figure out some way to actually solve them, and it's a big fat mess. I don't know what to suggest.
Well, that still doesn't mean you have to hand in unfinished work.
But it does, because it's too large.
Kara, you do know that writing a paper isn't what's going to change the world.
Then why am I writing it? What are we doing here?
The meeting is starting. Calling all those who actually care about what happens to our world. It's about action. It's about change. It's about working together to make things better, different. Come, join us. Join us.
Join our meeting.
Excellent.
We're going to real different, I can tell.
All right, so there are a couple new faces out there tonight, so I just want to make sure everybody knows that decisions here are made by consensus. A couple rules. Spear of fingers means we really agree with the point. Let's see them bright and loud, everyone. I want to see them up in the air. Thank you. Thank you. If you're making a proposal, that's a P with your hands. Either way works. Let's see the P's, guys. Come on. Thank
You're
you.
going to want to make a proposal.
Excellent. If you're in favor, thumbs up. Pretty self-explanatory. Again, not in favor, a thumbs down. Thank you. And finally, if you really can't live with the idea, then that's a big X with your forearms. But let's try to keep those in our pockets for really serious issues like bottled water, which brings me to my next point, the agenda for this meeting on banning bottled water. Does everyone have one?
Yeah, I emailed them in advance.
Thank you, Kara. Come on, everyone. Print them out on recycled paper. If you can share them, that would be better for next time, okay? Any amendments to this agenda, if you were to know? No? Anything to add? Excellent. Moving forward. So, because there are some new faces in the audience tonight, I'm just going to do a little recap on our last meeting. Last meeting, we decided that this meeting we want to brainstorm ideas on what to say to the president in order that he ensures bottled water will be banned on campus. Now, some schools have done the whole awareness-raising campaign. We're still going to do that. However, a strategic point was made last week It's the initiative that this young lady shows what we really, really want to see here, okay? Okay. So, a university in Chicago recently did away with the whole awareness-raising campaign and went right to the president and said, "Mr. President, please!" And voila, bottled water was banned on campus. Spearfingers, that's a good thing. We're here for that reason. Excellent. Now, we're still going to have an awareness-raising campaign because we want people to know why we're banning bottled water and the environmental benefits of doing so, such as the lack of recycling that we will be sending to the recycling centers, and the money the university will save on not sending this much recycling to the centers. Please, Spearfingers on that one as well. That's the point we're going to the president with. Write that down, please. Okay? The initiative that I have now shown is what we want to see. Excellent. So, moving forward, we also want to make sure that people know that bottled water is ridiculous. Water should be free for the public. It is not a commodity, and half the time these companies are charging you for municipal water they bottle themselves. Come on! Come on!
Shame!
Shame! So, who is going to go, no, the biggest thing, who is going to spearhead this campaign against bottled water on campus? Anyone? You? Miss? Sir? Kara, any thoughts on banning bottled water or who might spearhead this campaign?
Of course, I'll lead the campaign.
Excellent! Great, thank you so much, Kara. Initiative, folks. That is initiative. Everybody, please welcome your new campaign leader, Kara. Great, so, anybody care to go to the president? No? Excellent. I am on the university sustainability committee, so he knows me. Anybody want to come? No, it would have been awkward. Excellent. Meeting adjourned. Thank you. Kara, you're a little quiet today. Are you feeling okay? I mean, aren't you excited to get this thing rolling?
Yeah, you know, I think this campaign's important, but I have a few problems with this new strategy because,
But, Carol, what are the buts? We've got to get battle ready. There's no time for buts.
Okay, don't worry. I'm on side.
Excellent. Hey, dream of success, my dear friend.
Hey, Al.
Hi.
Hey there.
What's up?
How you been?
All right.
How are you feeling?
What a question.
Tell me.
No one really wants to know, and I don't want to be one of those
One of those.
people.
A person? You don't want to be a person
Oh
here?
my God, shut up.
Talk to me.
I don't have anything to say.
I know that you do.
Would you want to hear anyone? Everyone? Or just me?
That is a good question. I don't know.
It's this whole campaign. I don't see how it's going to do any good.
What do you mean? It's going to do a lot of good. If we win, the university will have to commit to adding in water fountains, and people who want water at school will have to start bringing in bottles.
Or drink pop.
No, the concept of water as a public good will be reinforced.
You think banning bottled water on campus is going to remind people that water should be free?
I don't know, Kara, I haven't done a survey, but it might. Especially if we rock this campaign.
I'm sorry, I just failed to see how these tactics are actually going to do anything. Did you know that there's actually a pro-bottled water group forming on campus? We're facing organized opposition to this seemingly obvious choice.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, I feel like shaking them. I'm like, come on, whose choice should it be about whether or not we run the earth into the ground?
And eradicate millions of species.
Totally. The worst part is the assholes who are in charge of this ruination. People like that jerk who runs Nestle, who argues that water ought to be valued. Well, those people, they control more than us. Banning bottled water in one or even a few Canadian universities is not going to have an impact on the privatization of water, okay?
Come on, Kara.
Whew, yeah, you heard what's on my mind. You sure you want to know what I think now?
Kara, I think you're right. But I don't think it means we should just give up on everything. Just because people don't agree
come here. I've always looked up to your passion. Your dedication and your drive are really inspiring. But you know, it's cool if you need to take a break. You don't have to be on all the time.
I'm sorry, but how is taking a break going to help anything? Look, we just need to do something real, something with an actual impact.
Well, what do you
I
suggest?
don't know, but I just don't think I can keep doing this.
Well, I hope you do. I need you for this campaign to work.
Except you're just going straight to the president. We're not even doing a vote anymore. You don't need me for that.
Well, like I said, you can take a break if you want, but if you want to do something real, something that matters, this does matter. This is real.
Great. Thanks for the reminder.
See you at the meeting tomorrow?
Sure.
Okay. Bye. Bye. Dear Kara, this is not an easy letter to write, but I have wished I could write to you for so long that in a sense there is a relief in being able to do so. I am your grandmother, the mother of your birth mother, and I am writing because I have some important news to share with you. Your birth mother, Joan Dinesh, passed away last Friday, May 16th. She was 37. With her passing, I am able to follow up with the request you placed with the Adoption Disclosure Registry. I have known that you were looking for us, and I can now point you in the direction of your closest living relative, your father. His name is Arnold E. Wahlberger. I wish you so many blessings, and I hope this information is of use to you. With love, Beth.
Look who decided to show up.
Yeah. I know I'm late, but I'm sorry I got held up at the meeting. Don't worry. I ate by myself. It's not a good time, Mom, okay? What did you make? I'll have some now. My birth mother is dead. Who? Her name was Joan Dinesh, and she's dead.
Oh, I suppose you think that's my fault.
What? No. Mom, I just found out about it and I thought it was kind of a big deal, okay? So I thought I should tell you.
Kara, I never stopped you from finding out any information.
Mom,
It was her who put a direct block on the file. That's not my fault.
It's not about blame. Are you really needing to thwart the blame from yourself that badly? Look, she's dead, okay? That's all I said. She's dead.
How do you know she's dead?
Can we move on? How did you find out her name? I got a letter.
From who?
Look, I shouldn't have brought it up, okay? I'm not ready to talk about this. It's too soon. I need time to process it.
Kara, just tell me who sent the letter.
No,
And then you can process it.
no, Mom, I'm sorry. You've already ruined it, and I don't want to talk about it anymore, okay?
Okay, honey, I'm sorry.
No!
I know this is
Stop!
hard for you.
Please stop! Just leave me alone, okay? Mom, stop it!
Kara, just tell me who sent the letter. I can help you.
I don't want to tell you. You know what? I have made some decisions. I'm done with school. I'm leaving. I'm sorry, but I'm 19 and I have no reason to stay here anymore. There's nothing you can do, and I have something I need to do. So please,
Kara,
okay? Yes.
don't be ridiculous.
No, Mom, you know what's ridiculous?
It's important to you.
All I see with school is a ticket to Monopoly, to filling in my role in this stupid system where I can choose to wear my badge that says, yes, I wish the world were different. I can cycle, I can compost. Oh, I can maybe even hope to work in an NGO.
Kara.
But Mom, what will that do? I'll just be slotting myself into something that is so completely wrong. And I don't have to do it. I'm not playing by their rules anymore, or yours. I'm not you, and I'm sorry, I don't have to stay
I've been making for you for 19 years? You have the audacity to tell me you're leaving? Fine, leave. Give me the food back. Give me the time I've spent raising you back. Where's that? I raised you. And what do I get for it? Nobody cares what I do. This is bullshit. You know what? I hope you leave. Please do, actually. I'm so sick of your ingratitude.
Good, it's all settled. Maybe you should leave on my own. Excuse me?
Just sit here and complain about everyone else. How whenever around, all you do is serve, serve, serve. Well, why don't you stop then? Why don't you just sit here and wait for him to come home? He's never coming home. He stopped coming home years ago, and there's no point in just sitting here and complaining and blaming other people. I'm leaving, and maybe you should too. You have no right to talk to me like this. Who do you think you are?
Not your daughter.
minor changes, but nothing
That's
drastic.
cool, man, cool, but what did they want to change?
Well, they're not really sure about the TNCC analysis part. Well, we got to talking and folks thought it's not really necessary. It's a bit jarring away from the central point.
Away from the central point? What? It is the central point. Come on, man. You've read Square's book. You know exactly
Right,
what's
but
on-
it's not central to this campaign.
What campaign is that?
It's about the people who control the world and how they control us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not exactly. It's about the Olympics and how they're on unceded territory.
And it questions just who benefits from the Olympics. It asks, who are they really for? I mean, you may think it's all like fun and games, you know, entertainment and national pride, but no, it's a circus organized for the profit of the few at the expense of many.
Right, but the especial expense of those who truly suffer under colonialism.
Exactly, but the culprit matters too. We need to identify the enemy.
Edward.
No, it's important. The transnational capitalist class must remain unidentified. They're the ones orchestrating this entire show. I mean, we are reshaping the infrastructure of one of our cities, spending billions to generate profits for those who control the media so they can sell us these competitive games and ideologies of what life's about. It's
It's a vicious circle.
a vicious circle.
It's a bit more complicated than that.
Well, can I help?
Maybe
Yeah,
later.
cool. Excuse me, you're gonna have to ignore him. Yeah, doesn't always recognize an ally when he sees one.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be rude. It's just that we have a lot of work to do, and this isn't about socializing.
I'm not here to socialize, okay? Come to think of it, I'm not even here to organize, but my other project is at a bit of a standstill, and if you're so busy with this campaign, well, maybe you could use a little help. I can guarantee that if you are attempting to spread, well, stop the spreading of evil, I'm on your side.
What's the other project?
I was looking for a guy, Arnold Wahlberger.
Don't know.
No, who is he?
He's my birth father.
So, what's the roadblock?
Well, I went to the address that I found on 411, and there was some lady there, doesn't even know an Arnold. Said she moved in September, never met the person who lived there before, so
Okay, well, so what now?
I don't know. Figure out where I'm staying tonight?
No, that's easy. You can stay with us. But seriously, we have a spare room we keep for cool trekkers and allies.
Which one am I?
You choose, I guess.
Whereabouts?
Close to here, walkable. Yeah, I can take you there after this meeting.
Should I?
Stay for me.
Okay.
And so, Sarah was welcomed in. While they planned their campaign, she adopted the refrain. Something seemed to resonate with these friends who share a belief. Some grief, but really, it was hope. Hope that they could reach something of value, that they could engender something of their hearts in the world.
Kara, we're about to get going. You sure you want to come?
Yeah, it's been a while since I've worked on my other project. I should probably look up some information about Monsieur Wahlberger.
Okay, well, good luck with that. And hey, I'll keep my ears peeled for Arnold as well.
Right, you're the best, man. Good luck out there. Go change some hearts and minds.
Hey,
Hey, everyone just left.
I know.
Okay.
I think I found him.
What?
Yeah, I think so.
What? Where? How?
Well, my uncle, I told him about you, and he thought you remembered an Arnold. He asked some of his friends, and it turns out the guy's still around. He owns a shop just outside of town, near the reserve. He does custom furniture of all things.
No way.
I didn't want to get your hopes up before we knew anything for certain, but his name is Arnold Wahlberger.
No way. Let's go.
I thought you'd want to get right to
You
it.
got right. Let's go.
But Karen, do you know what you want to say to him?
I know you're trying to be helpful here, Felix, but I can manage myself. You know where he is. Let's go.
Okay, but it's a little outside of town.
How are we gonna get there?
I've got my cousin's truck.
Like a good Boy Scout? Always prepared.
And so they drove in the lone vehicle. buzzing and numbed reactions, her mind kept returning to the rumble of the engine. How it might work, how it must work, and how it's all dependent on something we pull from the earth. And here she was, going to visit the land and her father. She was going to, could be meeting him, her father.
I'll wait here.
I've seen the time pass over me, and I am a witness to the flowing of the sea. I know my children will bury me like my daddy before me. It'll come eventually. So I say, children, why do you cry? Don't waste your time asking why. No one knows what's on the other side. Just like all things around you is the way it has to be. I see the cold seasons coming. I hear the funeral bells ring. What is the life of a man any more than leaves? In the town I call home, there is a tree, there's a wedding storm. Beneath its branches I have grown, and all around the people I have known. Just like the seasons, I've seen them come and go, dropped away, the ones I love to know. What is the life of a man any more than leaves? What is the life of a man any more than leaves? What is the life of a man any more than the leaves? What is the life of a man any more than leaves? I've seen the cold seasons coming. I hear the funeral bells ring. What is the life of a man any more than the leaves?
Hi.
Hello,
Hi, Arnold.
that's me.
I've been looking for you.
Well, what can I do for you?
Not much. Well, I was hoping we could talk.
About? Looking busy here, so thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for stopping by. I got a letter from Beth.
From Beth. So, you're supposed to be my daughter?
I'm Kara Harris.
Well, my daughter's name was Jessica.
Well, her name changed.
I see.
You see,
Yep. That Beth still met her.
because she helped me find you.
Listen, little lady, it's not a good idea to stick around here. You know, this place kind of sucks you in. So, really, I don't think your mother would really like to see you here either. What'd she end up doing anyway?
I don't know. Terms of my adoption stipulate that I not know anything.
Well, as you can see, we've got a lot of work here. So, thanks.
But could we talk, maybe? There's a bunch of things I'd like to know, you know, like,
Such as?
where you met? Do I look like her?
Things she stipulated you're not.
Christ!
Look, I'm really sorry. Talk enough for one day, as you can see. I got things to do.
Maybe if I came back tomorrow?
No, we're done talking.
So you're wrapping up the campaign, eh?
You don't have to make small talk.
I'm not trying to.
Okay.
I guess I just want to talk about it because no one's responded to my email. Wow.
I feel like it's a little late to be rethinking the whole campaign.
Like I said, I've been thinking a lot and talking to my uncle, and I really think it's important.
You think the words of our slogan matter that much?
Obviously, I mean, come on, Kara, it's everywhere. Bumper stickers, lawn signs, even in the goddamn papers. Those words are everywhere.
Exactly the point, Felix. The campaign has recognition. You want to detach our efforts from that based on a technicality? That's hardly solidarity.
It's not a technicality. It's the whole approach. We can't be sending out the wrong message. It's not land we should be fighting for. We should be fighting for sovereignty. I mean, the approach needs to be from our own realm, to regain access to our own ways, not just make gains in the world of the colonizer.
I can't believe you want to talk about this right now.
I'm sorry. I know that was a really big deal for you. It's just that there's another mining console coming up on the reserve, and I knew that you were going to that protest, but I thought that maybe you could come to this instead. I mean, you could meet my uncle, and we should focus our efforts on that. I just figured you'd get it.
Felix, I think that the campaign is important, point blank. I get that the question isn't framed properly, but we need to make a point that people can understand.
Why do we always need to put things in some? Why do we always need to put things in language that the masses, that the oppressors can understand? Maybe the point isn't to convince everyone of something. Maybe the point is to actually understand something.
And let the world around you fall to shambles? You've heard the thesis, Felix. We're not the ones in control here. There's other forces pulling the strings, and we need to fight them.
There are many battles everywhere, all the time.
The sage speaks again. I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for some way to feel like my voice, my beings, is important. Is at work. That what I have to say is being listened to. In this world, there's so many voices ringing that sometimes I feel like all I can hear is the ringing of my own head telling me how to act, what's right, what's wrong. This is something I don't have to Bitch. Come to talk to you. I really just wanted to forget about the whole thing. I wanted to forget about you. Not even give you the acknowledgement of existence. But this anger keeps surfacing in my dreams. I keep waking up, seeing your face, feeling the fall. It's not like it was a big deal. Just a fall in a really big moment with a lot of cultural significance. However, it was also just a fall. Just a little slip of which I was able to pick myself up and keep going. The flame didn't even go out. It didn't even accomplish that. But that feeling of fear, falling forward on my face, it won't go. So I decided I would come and see you, meet you, tell you that what you did was not cool. In fact, it was despicable. What the hell do you think you accomplished?
Look, you don't know me, and you certainly won't understand why I did what I did, and I don't expect you to.
Is that it? You intervened directly in my life and you expect to just shrug me off? Sorry, we're gonna talk.
What do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about what you did and why.
I think I already stated my stand. There's no way you're going to understand. There's not any point talking about it.
As I said, we're going to talk. I want to know how you think your action is going to subvert the capitalist system. I know all about your campaign. I've heard the slogan, no Olympics on stolen native land. But please explain to me, Kara, how what what you did is going to stop the Olympics, or even come remotely close to addressing native land claims issues. You're alienating the very people you're attempting to educate.
You want to talk about the campaign and capitalism even? Sure, let's talk. Let's talk about how you and your friends can go to Starbucks after your yoga class and drink your lattes. Discuss world issues and how maybe we can help alleviate consumerism by organizing a clothing swap.
Excuse
And
me?
how deeply you have absolutely no idea what these people go through.
And you do. Have you even talked to the people whose land you're defending?
Yes,
Really? I'm curious to know whom you've consulted.
we had organizing calls with groups all over the country, the Indigenous Environmental Network, the woman who started the campaign. Okay? Look, you wouldn't understand. You don't know real struggle.
And you've struggled?
In my own ways, what's important is that I'm trying to understand the struggle and suffering of others. I refuse to be complicit in this fucked up world.
Look, I've had my doubts too, but I'm not just gonna give up on everything, on this whole world. Check out where your perspectives landed you. What good is this doing, sitting in a jail? You've jailed yourself. Congratulations. I'm sorry, but I don't see any access to a world you could be helping. What can you do from in here?
You may be happy to benefit off a system that props you up while it pushes others down, but I'm not going to just watch other people suffer and the world self-destruct, okay?
It's not okay.
I have to act. I have to do something. Besides, this isn't a jail. I'm in a detention center at the moment, thanks.
I'm not sure you understand what you've done.
I'm not sure you understand what you're part of.
Well, what do you suggest? Do you want to tear down every single institution in this world? Do you think that'll help anything? What about the people who are happy, the women with rights, all human rights for that matter? Do you think achieving these things was easy?
You think we're respecting human rights? Look, I know that some people are happy in our little privileged bubble over here, even successful and fulfilled, but I'm not worried about them. I'm worried about the people who are forgotten, the downtrodden, the people your stupid, cushy little system steps on.
I don't understand how what you did is helping anyone. Please, tell me how your action addresses the land claims issue.
Look, it's just one example of the oppression that our development / industrialization has caused in the name of progress. Countless others suffer for your latte.
Like who? You speak in these grand generalizations, but please, offer some examples.
I've got thousands because I have access to Google. Farmers are being bankrupt in the name of cheap food and coffee beans. Whole economies of countries are being serving our economic needs. Peasants are losing their livelihoods.
Peasants?
Yeah, have you heard of the Vida Campesina? People are trying to live sustainable, admirable lives, but this one major economy is pushing its methods on them. Methods like monoculture, GMO seeds, pesticides, which deplete the soil. These people are losing their traditional knowledge and becoming reliant on the expert in North America or Belgium.
So, okay, that was a lot of talking. What are you saying that what you did is helping the farmers then?
Look, what I did is a statement that I won't buy into it. I'm not going to just participate in this destructive system. Do you know that we're in the middle of this planet's 6th mass extinction? We're not just losing a species here or there. We are decimating the planet's diversity of life.
So then your action is helping the animals, right?
Oh my God. And others, the people that this capitalist system exploits. Have you ever thought about that? Like, for someone to make profit, they need to use resources and people.
And how do you expect to counter that with futile cynicism?
That's not how I'm countering it. I'm working with like-minded people and not expecting false solutions.
What will you and your 5 friends achieve, Kara? Seriously, I want you to think about it. Is your plan to tell the rest of the world that who they are is wrong because they don't think like you?
Just forget it.
Kara, please just tell me, why do you think you want things to change so drastically? Yes, I admit there is suffering everywhere, but you hurt me.
Now you've passed on that suffering, and what good has that done? Maybe you should stop acting on account of others. Who are you to decide what they need? And have you thought about maybe you're just being manipulated by the same force to do something good, to be important? Are you not just a product of the same shit? Are you the fucking queen, Kara? You're gonna force everyone to be subjected to your way of thinking because it's the right one? Come on. When you look inside, why do you think you want things to change so much?
I told you we're not going to get anywhere. Please leave.
Okay, you're right. I can see that now. I'm sorry.
I don't know, because I'm a stain on existence.
We've been over this, Kara. You are a blessing. Your capacity to care is admirable. Beautiful.
Then why couldn't I tell her I was sorry? That it was an accident, and I'm sorry I ruined your big moment. I'm horrible, and I'm sorry.
You are caring. You are passionate, and you're angry. Now, aside from the world, from all the things you can point to, tell me, why are you suffering? No, not anyone else. Why are you upset?
I'm motherless. I'm not enough for anyone. I wasn't a proper substitute. My mother probably blames me for him leaving. I don't fucking know. Look, you even left me.
What if that weren't true? What if everything is okay? What if you are enough? What if you don't have to be anything? You don't have anything to prove. What if love weren't so scarce? What if it's just there? It is a given. Do you think you would want to change the whole world if you felt safe and at ease in it?
I don't.
That's a horrible feeling to have, I imagine. But maybe it doesn't have to be that way.
Hey there, daughter.
I'm your mother.
Certainly glad you're okay.
I
I was a bit worried.
can imagine. Look, I know you're probably really disappointed in me. Just spare me the guilt trip, okay?
I'm sorry to arrive unannounced like this. I was hoping we could chat a bit.
Sure. Of course, we can talk. Yeah, let's talk.
Like I said, I wasn't sure I should come, but with all that's been happening.
Has been a lot. I'm sorry if I worried you, Mom.
You did, but I'm glad you're okay.
I was never in danger.
Oh, I couldn't tell what was happening on the news, but I figured you knew what you were doing.
Oh, you did, hey?
Yeah. I figured you weren't with bad people, and I figured you wouldn't do anything stupid. You know, as I was watching it, I sort of smiled and thought to myself, that's my daughter. She's doing what she believes in.
Thanks, Mom.
So, how are you doing in here?
Good. I don't know, it's kind of weird being in this no zone zone.
case is pretty straightforward, isn't it?
Is it?
I can't imagine you meant to trip that woman. That was an accident.
It's a little more complicated than that. I think that the media attention generated for the campaign by my accident with those other incidents is an opportunity to draw more attention to these issues.
How? How would you do that?
Let them say that I was conspiring with people who caused.
Kara, I know you had nothing to do with that. You even know those people.
Sort of. We had a few calls.
You didn't help them plan anything, did you?
I didn't know what was going to happen.
Did you?
It's besides the point. The more attention to these issues, the better.
Oh, honey.
What, Mom? You can't just tell me you're proud and then expect me to come home.
Kara.
Look, my world has changed. I'm not going back to that cookie cutter existence. It hurts too many people.
Well, it's pretty amazing, actually. You're doing the same things that your birth mother did.
What do you mean the same things as my birth mother?
She was an environmentalist.
She was. Thanks for telling me. Thank you for telling me. I really appreciate it.
Good.
Yes. Very.
And you know, Kara, it's really up to you about what to do next. I want you to be happy.
Thanks, Mom.
I had to come. Are you alright?
Yeah, I guess.
So, did she mean it or didn't she? Is it a conspiracy or just an accident?
I don't know, Felix. It doesn't even matter anymore. I feel so tired in here. I don't even care what happens next.
You can't mean that, Kara.
I've been trying to sit still, you know? Stop imagining forward and just sit with what is. And I found that I felt like all these feelings come up, this restlessness that doesn't know what's up and what's sideways. And
We all feel like that.
I think I'm always trying so hard to find a solution, you know? I think I actually feel like the fate of the world is up to me. The other side of that is this complete sense of powerlessness and guilt. Like, it's arrogance to think that I have any say at all, and maybe I did the wrong thing.
I thought you said it didn't matter whether it was right or wrong.
Felix, what if there's nothing we can do? Like, to change the systems? Like, what if they're just fixed? And we couldn't change it at all? What then? We're always trying so hard to solve something, and it's a way. What if it, like, you know, there's always this push to make a mark and do something important, go change the world. But what if that's just part of the same stupid narrative, struggling within this pattern and this paradigm of mattering and not mattering? And I have a feeling that
Yeah.
maybe I don't need to figure out what we ought to be doing, or telling other people that that is the way. Like, maybe, I don't know, it's enough to
So what?
just be different in my actions, and I don't know, participate actively without trying to calculate and plan and doomsday say and tell people what's coming. Like, maybe I can just relax. I don't know.
Wait. What's your point, Kara? So, what are you saying? The world is set, so we should stop struggling? I don't get it, Kara. What are you getting at?
I don't know. I'm not sure I can keep fine how it is. No.
What? So you're saying that there's nothing wrong with the way things are? Kara, what if everything's not okay? But you don't need to freak out about it. What if there's no reason to panic, but still reason to act? Like these mining consultations, it looks like we're getting ground, we've managed to save sacred land, and have some impact on the process.
Felix, I don't want to talk about that. It's depressing. They're just using you. They get you on side so they can keep doing that bullshit. I'd rather do nothing than help them legitimize their actions.
Oh, you would rather nothing gets done. Look back, Kara. When we do nothing, everything they want gets done. When there's no consultations, there was only poison. Toxic waste left behind. No question whether it was a ceremonial site. No consideration for the path of wildlife. Kara, this way we get to have some say, and we get to have impact. And to be perfectly frank, I don't think you have the right to criticize it from your position.
What position is that?
Come on, Kara. It's a fact. We haven't had to live through the same things. It's not your job to offer your 2 cents. And your people have had enough say already.
But you're being used, Felix, by those people, by the people we're fighting.
Who's fighting?
Be bold. Be brave. And please keep standing for what you believe. It's not easy, but tell that to the seed pushing its way through the crack in the concrete. She doesn't stop to ask whether it's all worthwhile. You can trust your senses, your experience, even your reasons, and your style. No need for over-specialization. No need for a narrative you can explain. Just keep the beat, and life will send you a refrain. I believe in you, Kara. I believe in your struggle to free parts of society from an oppressive tyranny. There's truth in the sadness you see, in the lost souls, in the predetermined irony. Your sense of anarchy had me, has substance, and a growth to fill longing for more, internal understanding, outside grandstanding. You had your reasons. And as the seasons are changing and the forces expanding, what will you choose? How can you refuse to hear the pieces and parts inside you yelling, screaming, listen, Kara, listen. The worlds have things to tell you.
I want to say that I'm sorry.
Me too. The last thing I should be doing is telling you to do what I think is right.
Know that I care about what you have to say, about your perspective. I'm friends with you because I like what you say.
Even having to be rather forceful about it. That good old colonial mindset. I think it, so it must be right. Sure, I could find a study to back my position.
Karen, you're great, and yeah, you probably could.
You're also great. Guess what?
What?
My birth mother was an environmentalist. Cool, huh?
Awesome. I mean, it makes complete sense. She moves through you. You should write a book about it or something.
Probably. I'd love to know what her and Arnold were working on in that territory. Probably good stuff.
Probably.
soon? Because while the earth is undergoing changes, my panic need to intervene is diminishing. There's part of a sense of futility mixed in with an awe and an understanding that the force is operating at such a scale that from where I sit, stand, from where I act, the room for flexibility.
In the town that I call home, there is a tree as a weathered storm. Beneath its branches I have grown, and all around it the people I have known. And like the seasons I've seen them come and go, dropped away the ones I love to know. What is the life of a man any more than the leaves? What is the life of a man any more than the leaves? What is the life of a man any more than the leaves? What is the life of a man any more than the leaves? I seen the cold seasons coming, I hear the funeral bells ring. What is the life of a man any more than the leaves?